Hi, I know it's been so long, but it's finally quiet. And aside from the soft background music, I think that we can have a podcast today. So, what do you want to talk about? There's so much that's been happening. There's the thing in Montgomery with the chair. There is wildfires and floods. There is hunger and famine in Kenya, and an epidemic of despair and depression. Yeah, let's talk about that one because it covers all the other ones. Okay, those are the ducks next door. So let's talk about depression, right? And how are we doing? I don't know. I feel like, okay, the other day I watched this movie called Paradise, where they were taking years from younger people to give them to the 1% who can either afford it or who they feel is worthy of that. And I'm watching this movie and I'm thinking, wow, so if someone told me, we'll give you 700,000 euros and you give us 15 years, would I do it? And you know what? I was like, maybe I would do it. Maybe I would take the deal, because these days life doesn't feel like, what do I have to look forward to, really? Aside from maybe the thought of maybe seeing my grandchildren. The world is just so full of despair. I don't know what world my grandchildren would be living in. Would it be a world where they're living in the sewers with my son as the rat king? Or how are they going to live? Because right now people already don't know how they're living. Strikes are everywhere, and corporations are stonewalling. They're stonewalling, and everyone is just in a rut. So I'm thinking, would I take this money? And the answer was, to my horror, the answer was like, yeah, I think I would take the money. I would take the money and give my 15 years, and at least when I go, my son will have 700,000 euros to either, I don't know, borrow down and wait for the floods, or I don't even know where we're going. So that realization really, like, it I won't say it depressed me, but it was like, wow, I really don't have any hope for the future. What's up? This is not me. I usually find the silver lining somehow. But I'm like, where is it? I can't find it. And that is just like the worst thing to realize. So anyway, then I watched, what's her name? Is her name something Karubo? Anyway, she was on the Twitters, the Kenyan Twitters, and she was basically giving this member of parliament a piece of her mind because he had defrauded them of money, which he told them was going to be used for scholarships. And then she was telling him how his kids are in Australia, they're in London, and she, meanwhile, is selling porridge to construction workers, and they all went to the same school, and she finished her university, but she's selling porridge and his kids are abroad. So she really wanted to know, first of all, where's our money? What did you do with it? Unfortunately, the video did not show his face or what he was doing or what he said, which I would really, really love to know. But the thing with that video was, she was like, if you want to like punish me in some way, you want to send your goons to come and kill me because of what I've said, it's fine. What do I have to live for anyway? At least I won't have killed myself. And those words are like, like being struck in the chest by the hilt of a knife, it's the shock of it. But the shock of it was because I was like, I get it. I totally get it. And the weird thing is that I'm not selling porridge. I'm not selling porridge to construction workers. I have clients. I have work. But I think I'm just infected by just the despair all around me. I can't pretend like it doesn't touch me. It doesn't touch me that everyone else is struggling so hard and just with everything, not just jobs, but just like happiness. The pursuit of happiness is a struggle, just to be happy for a few minutes every day is a struggle. And even if I can be happy, I'm a very simple person. It doesn't take much to make me happy. I am still infected by the unhappiness of others. And so it's like, okay, so what's the answer? There has to be an answer, there has to be a solution. We can't just go on like this day in, day out, not seeing everything getting worse. There are wildfires in Hawaii today. Maui is on fire. I did a thing, sort of like it's not an essay really, but it's like a passage that you write so that which is used to help people sleep. And it was basically talking about, you talk about the minutia of something. And the minutia I was talking about was Maui. There's a god. I remember there was a god who resides on the mountain, and there's this waterfall that you can go to, but you're not allowed to. Tourists are not allowed to go there. And hiking and describing the path. And I did that like I had ever been, and I've never been. But it really made me want to go just to see. I love mythology and legends, and Maui has so many, and now Maui is on fire. And I hear a 150-year-old tree has died. So it's all very symbolic of like everything that's happening everywhere. But also conversely, it seems like it's just like waking people up. Everyone is waking up and just saying no, We can't go on like this. Niger is the latest West African country to have a coup and to say fuck you to France. And the whole of California is on strike, from actors, writers, UPS drivers, airline workers, VFX guys, like the works, And I'm just following that closely because whatever happens to those writers will probably really affect me. So I'm really rooting for them. And you have even like the Korean actors are also preparing a protest of their own to Netflix. And I don't know, I don't think I can enjoy another movie or another series until I know that people are getting their dues, Can't sit here and enjoy a TV show knowing that the actors in that TV show are getting less than a cent in residuals from my attention. It's not fair. It's not right. And I'm glad that people are, I think, push has come to shove, and people are standing up, and people are standing up everywhere, which is, great. I love it. I love it. And maybe that's the hope. Maybe that is the hope. That you can only push people so far. And once you push them that far, they will fight back. Yeah, I think so. I think that's my takeaway from all this, that it can look like doom and gloom and despair everywhere. But at some point, it reaches a breaking point and people fight back. And whether it's that girl berating a senator, or it's writers striking, or it's Maui saying, I don't want no more tourists, maybe. Whatever it is, nature fights back and people fight back. So maybe I'll just sit with this despair for a bit and see in what way I decide to fight back. Oh, look at me giving myself hope. Okay, this episode has been very chaotic because of background noise, but I hope you can still hear me and get the message.